We are getting ready to tour this amazing Eichler, and what I want to show you from the outside is that this is the definition of its courtyard versus atrium. If this was an atrium model Eichler, the door would be here. We've seen privacy from the street. The door would be here. And then what would happen is that you would walk in and you would probably be greeted by a wall of glass and you would be in the atrium and the house would form around the atrium. In this one, the front door is exposed to the street. Like I can see it from the street. It is back set, but I can see it from the street. And then they have an actual courtyard off the kitchen. That's this area here. And the kitchen is the glass behind there. So let's go in and see. I can't wait to show you. In the front door, we get this great wall of glass and a view to the back door. And over to our right is the kitchen. It has been remodeled at some point past when the property was built. And here we have the beautiful post and beam construction on display, the ceiling pendants, the globe lights. And here we come to the dining area and the front courtyard. This courtyard is completely protected. And it's private. What a perfect place for a morning coffee. They even have a bench under the tree. How wonderful. One of the features that we notice is that there are mini splits in this house. So they have done a good job and they have already installed the air conditioning. And here's the kitchen. It's not open to the living room, but it is open to the family room, as you can see here. Continuing on, we come to the formal living room. This room is really dramatic. You have the post and beam construction, but there's a little bit of a lift. There's an elevation change as we walk into the room from this side. A full wall of glass and the fireplace. And if you know anything about the regulations that we've seen of late in our county, fireplaces are gonna have to be grandfathered in and they're gonna be few and far between. So I would not change that because it's a cozy feature. The other thing that I noticed when I was looking really closely at this house is that this wall of glass, at least, appears to be replaced. It is not the original glass. Let me just show you what I look at to see that. If you go right down and look at the glass and you can see those dots, that means it is a higher end glass or it is double paned or tempered, because the original glass is not that thick and it doesn't look like that. It doesn't have that little dot fixture that shows you how thick it is. So that is a mighty expensive, not even upgrade, but just like maintenance thing that they did. And that means that this house will hold the cool better and keep from getting quite so hot in the summer. It will also hold the heat. And here in the living room, we have a mini split as well. While we go down the hall, I'm just going to talk about Eichlers in general because you can all see what is staged as what. So a common misconception is that Eichler was an architect. And I think that he may have his roots in architecture, but Eichler was a builder. So when you buy an Eichler, you're buying kind of his ethos. And his ethos was indoor-outdoor living and family-friendly living on a budget. When these houses were built, they had economy in mind. And notice that there is a mini split in here. They had economy in mind, and they were built with not premium priced features. They were built to be affordable. I love that there's a skylight over the laundry station. It just literally adds brightness. Sometimes we see Eichlers with a door to the side yard in the bathroom. This one is laid out so that the door to the side yard is just at the end of the hallway. And then here is the bathroom. It has been upgraded at some time in its history. Back past the laundry station, we're gonna see two more bedrooms. One is here, and that one does have a view to the back. Then we're gonna go through, and if you see this door, we're gonna go through to the primary suite. First, we come to the bathroom. This one is larger than some of the primary suites we've seen in the past. So there's a full shower. I really feel like this was an addition later, but it might have been a feature that was built already. The reason that I'm confused is the shower is huge, but this closet looks very much like the other Eichler closets that we've seen. It is a walk-in, it's fully a walk-in, but it's not the biggest closet we've ever seen. And this one does have, like originally, if you look at the Eichlers, they were built just with one shelf on one side and one shelf on the other side, and then a clothing bar running all along under that shelf. So this one has had some built-ins put in over the years, and so you could use those, but that's confusing to me. Is this an addition, or is this just like a newly tiled upgrade of what was already here at the time? Then going through, this primary suite is really quite wonderful. It's big and it's bright, and it faces out in this direction as well. And there is a mini split tucked in behind that plant. Let's go look at it. So you do have ultimate climate controls here in this room. And nothing says Eichler like the full post and beam construction on view out in the backyard. And this one has that lovely angle that we're looking at. One of the fantastic features of this house is it's on a much bigger lot. So you really feel the lot size, both in the house, which is bigger, and then also out here. I hope that you can hear how quiet it is and how wonderful. The season that we're in is one of trees blooming and dropping petals to the ground. So we're faced with things like this. So fantastic. And out here, if only we had smell-o-vision, because there is nothing more beautiful than the smell of citrus blooming. Can you smell it? Delicious. So this looks to be like a lemon tree, and this one looks to me to be an orange tree. And you can tell the blossoms are different. And then there's a few oranges that didn't get picked. So here's the backyard. Here is the side yard. So you have this additional patio out in the front. Then let's take a walk down this path. And we get to the courtyard. So here we are in the courtyard. Oh, they even have a fountain already. I wonder if that works. That would make a lovely sound. You can see from here, okay, there's the view into the eat-in family room. And then you can see back to the fireplace and then back to the backyard. So you get a sense of how the house is situated on the land and is wrapping around. Here we are, post and beam construction with this beautiful angled roof line. There's a dining table here and a seating area here. There are mature plants. I can see hydrangea, I can see rhododendron. All around is evidence of a well cared for garden and a well-loved house. There's consistent flooring throughout, and it's a bigger floor plan than some of the other Eichlers that we've seen. If you're interested in seeing this house and we jump on it, we might be able to make it in by the time you're watching this video. And otherwise, if you're interested in Eichlers or if it's time to make a move, reach out and let's have a conversation.